Good day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into First Take. Marcus Spears, my guy, with us. It is Wednesday. That's Stephen A. Smith. I'm Molly Karen Rose. And you know, Marcus, guy to my right, he's a little frustrated, a little upset right now, but don't worry. I'm calm, cool, and collected, as always. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm doing well. I'm loving the green.
Thank you.
That's a bad man on that team for Golden State, boy. Golly.
Absolutely. We're going to go there right now. Chef Curry with the shot. My goodness, the show that man put on in Brooklyn last night. We knew all eyes would be on this one, with Curry facing his former teammate Kevin Durant and his new digs in Brooklyn. And let's just say, KD might be missing his former squad. After last night's 18-point win, the team announced that Klay Thompson has been cleared for full contact workouts as he continues his rehab from a torn Achilles suffered in 2020. Curry on pace to make 445 three-pointers and just smash the previous record he set of 402. Steph, tell me what it's all about.
It's all about the narrative we're trying to create, and we came in the locker room after and we're excited about the win, good bounce back. The coach was talking about the steps we need to continue to take to truly be a championship caliber team.
I just don't think we're in that category yet. We got a lot of work to do. We're trying to, improve as a group, get better, and, hopefully we can find a way to overcome some of our deficiencies by the end of the year. I think the guys have been great as far as buying into what we want to do defensively. No one would have picked us as a top 10 defense to start the year.
That's a team that you look at and you take a lot from that as a team and understand that's the level you want to get to.
Stephen A., I need that Steph Curry energy all day, every day. Excuse me, sir. How much did the Warriors embarrass the Nets in Brooklyn?
They embarrassed the Nets. They embarrassed the borough of Brooklyn. Swagoo, Molly, just step aside for a second because I got some stuff on my mind and I just really, really need to say this. And I want to apologize. I want to apologize to ESPN about what I'm about to say, because I ain't holding. I want to apologize to the NBA in advance because of what I'm about to say. You know something? First things first. Kevin Durant, I'm sad for you, bro. You all alone. You have no help. And more importantly than anything else, you made the wrong decision by going to Brooklyn. And I'm not talking about this as a Knicks fan. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about this as New York, because I'm Knicks first, Swagoo, but New York always. Knicks first, New York always. I'm always rooting for New York, and I'll always root for Brooklyn, with the exception of when they go against the Knicks. Kevin Durant made the wrong decision by going to the New York Knicks, and he's going to rue the day that he did that. And let's analyze why that is. Because you got a guy in James Harden, not first year, this is the second year in a row. Mad love for James Harden. You got to get your act together, bro. You ain't James Harden right now, averaging 19 points a game. You sitting there struggling from the field. You had 24 points last night. This is the most meaningless 24 points that I've ever seen from the career of James Harden. You are a superstar, and you are not looking like one. It is that simple. You got to get it together. KD, you made the wrong decision, bro. And here's why. Because you trusted Kyrie. Kyrie Irving betrayed you. Flat out betrayed you. Left you hanging. And while you sitting up there getting your ass kicked last night, all right? Steph Curry sitting there shimmying and joking around, laughing on the court. They were cheering for Steph Curry in Brooklyn. From opening tap, they were chanting MVP in the Barclays Center, and it wasn't for the dude averaging 28.9 points a game for the Brooklyn Nets. It was for Steph Curry. And then you juxtapose Steph Curry compared to Kyrie Irving, and what do you have? You got Kyrie Irving, who is a showstopper. Kyrie Irving, who is a superstar talent. He is box office and can't be trusted. I actually hope Kyrie Irving gets cut. I mean, this is a disgrace. To sit up there and watch this team last night look like straight garbage. And every respectable team that you go against, you lost to Chicago by double digits. You got spanked last night by Golden State by double digits. You lost to the Charlotte Hornets by double digits. You got spanked on opening night by double digits against Milwaukee. Every respectable team you go up against waxes y'all behind. And why? Because KD don't have no help. You left there all alone. You ain't got a culture. You don't even have a damn fan base. Brooklyn, stand up. I don't want to hear that nonsense again. Brooklyn, the borough of Brooklyn, should be ashamed of yourself. The only damn thing good about the Barclays Center are the concession workers and the people handling the traffic in and out of the arena, like my boy Tony and Jose and the crew. Those are the only decent things about the Barclays Center. It's just dead. You walk up in there, there's no fan base to gravitate towards, there's no momentum, there's no fervor, there's no passion, nothing. I'm showing more passion in this studio by my damn self than 17,700 plus showed at the Barclays Center for the Brooklyn Nets last night. KD shouldn't even want to be there. He shouldn't even be wasting his services being there. And let me get back to Kyrie. Because this is where it gets important, Swagoo, and this is where it needs to be said. I'm going to break some stuff down to you, Molly. We're going to get this out of the way, okay? I held it off. I've alluded to it at times in the past, but I happen to know what the hell happened. KD could deny it. Kyrie could deny it. Let me tell y'all what happened. KD and Kyrie were going to the Knicks. They were going to the Garden. Kyrie steps in. And Kyrie said, hell with all of that. Let's establish our own culture. Let's go to Brooklyn. Let's build, don't just feed off of their brand, their culture. Let's build our own culture. KD said, yo, I want to go with Kyrie. But even in the wee hours, Kyrie and KD wasn't talking because Kyrie was all over the place. And DeAndre Jordan had to get on a phone call 5 in the morning to get them brothers together so you could do this and come to Brooklyn. That is why KD is in Brooklyn. Only to be here and watch this dude, this sad excuse for a professional. I ain't saying he ain't no superstar. I didn't say he's not box office. I didn't say as a talent, I think Kyrie Irving deserves $50 million a year. I don't think that man should ever get another long-term contract in his career because he can't be trusted. He can't be trusted. And as a result of that, what do you have? You leave the Oracle in Oakland, California, KD, with that fan base for this out across the river is Brooklyn. And they're chanting for Steph Curry as their MVP 12 games into the season with you on the floor, averaging damn near 29 a game. They don't appreciate KD. They don't value him enough. And partially because of Kyrie, because we all know if Kyrie there, it would be a difference. But Kyrie busy thinking about himself. He ain't thinking about nobody else. He left his boys hanging, and as a result, KD gonna be miserable. Damn near once out. And oh, by the way, we learned, shocking, Steve Kerr, the coach of the team, God bless him, good man. And I think that he did a relatively decent job, and I think he's only going to get better, but clearly he's going through some growing pains. This is what they have been subjected to, Swagoo. I'm so disgusted by what I saw last night. You know how I feel about the Warriors. I got them winning the chip. You know where I stand with that. But Brooklyn was so damn disgraceful. I ain't going back. The job going to have to make me go back to the Barclays Center. Based on what I'm seeing, because it's sad, the whole ambiance, the environment, the passion, and everything. Steve Nash ain't up to the task at this moment. KD has no help. He clearly made the wrong decision, and he made the wrong decision because he trusted his boy Kyrie, who has betrayed him, and Harden is not himself at this particular moment. I have every confidence he'll correct the Swagoo, but he got to get it together because KD is all by his damn self, and it was just so sad to watch. Steph Curry bust their living, you know what? The crowd was chanting MVP. He was having a blast at Kevin Durant's expense, and that's the dude that Kevin Durant could have stayed with because the Warriors certainly wasn't going to let him go, and he left that for this across the river. It's just, I'm so sad, it's hard to put into words how I feel. I just tried for a lengthy period of time, I know. But even now, I can't even, I just don't know what else to say, Swagoo. That's how damn sad I am.
S.A., listen, man, it is important to note, okay, what you said about culture It matters. When you guys talk about team chemistry, when we talk about team chemistry as players, it is imperative to have that to win a championship. That don't mean everybody like each other. That means everybody is on the same page. And that support is a result of what they see from the team. That is how fan bases get rabid. Me and you fight all the time about the Dallas Cowboys fan base. We fight all the time, and we all know how you feel about the fan base. But the one thing you will never say is when you show up to the stadium, everybody there for the Dallas Cowboys. And see, in basketball, to me, this is how you find out if a player or said players have enough of that cachet to change a culture. What you said was so important about the conversations that went on before they got to Brooklyn, about what they wanted to do, what they wanted to establish. And I understood the vitriol that you had when we were talking about Kyrie in this entire situation from the basketball standpoint, about how you're supposed to not only be available, but to be able to communicate what your plans are with the dudes that's counting on you in order to have success.
Yeah.
I feel terrible for KD for this regard, because I was one of the people talking about the move to Golden State being weak and being soft. But I also understand that when a championship materializes out of that, it was worth it. KD is an NBA champion and an NBA Finals MVP.
2 times.
2 times.
Both.
That's all that's going to matter when the last script is wrote about his career. We're not going to focus on the fact that he went to Golden State and played with Steph Curry and already a championship team. What we will focus on, Stephen A., to your point, remember when KD went to Brooklyn?
Yes.
And it was supposed to be his own team.
That's right.
And he was supposed to lead
That's
the Brooklyn
right.
Nets.
That's
to
where
the
I'm going.
championship. That is what this is
the
the most important part of Kevin Durant's career. And I understand how you feel about it, because he needs to count on dudes that ain't showing up for him. Now, I'm going to give you the floor because I know you close to this.
Yeah.
But everybody that paid attention to that game last night could clearly see culture versus individual.
That's right.
That was the difference.
And he left a culture, but he didn't leave it just for himself. He left it to play with his boy. Do you realize that we sit here today and a 2-time champion and a 2-time MVP, who is clearly one of the greatest players we have ever seen. And by the way, a hell of a guy. He probably going to be against me for saying this and all of that other stuff because he's going to defend his teammate, and that's his right. I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Do you realize that as we sit here today, if this continues, Kevin Durant is going to be more known for leaving Steph Curry than joining him? He will be known as the guy who left Steph Curry to join Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving betrayed this man, betrayed the organization. I'm going to go a step further. Kyrie Irving has betrayed the game of basketball. You sit there, you see it at arena last night. I ran in, I can't tell you, Molly, Swagoo, how many countless people that I ran into. Didn't want to take the vaccine, wish they didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody lamenting it, whatever. But in the world that we live in, company to company, industry to industry, arena to arena, team to team, league to league, you got to adjust. This brother says no. After he got these dudes to come to Brooklyn, he has left them hanging. And if there was ever a moment where the Brooklyn Nets desperately needed Kyrie Irving, it was last night. I know it's a regular season game, but to watch KD, I mean, Steve Nash threw in the towel. I'm at the arena. I'm sitting courtside. Steve Nash threw in the towel, y'all, with 9 minutes left in the game. 9 minutes left in the game. He yanked the starters out, and KD was on the bench, and the crowd started chanting and roaring every time Steph Curry touched the ball because they wanted him to get 40. They ain't in San Francisco. They ain't at the Oracle in Oakland. They were in Brooklyn. And they said, KD, Brooklyn Nets, kiss off. We supporting Steph Curry. I mean, I can't believe it.
I mean, Stephen,
I can't believe
to
it.
show 76
can't believe it.
threes so far this season. And listen, sometimes your love needs to be bigger than your pride. And by that, I mean the love of the game. And when we talk about getting the shot and the sacrifice for us, it was the love of our job. We couldn't do it if we didn't get the shot.
Ever give Kyrie Irving a long-term contract. He get all the money because he deserves his money because he's so skilled. He's so beautiful, marvelous as a player. He deserves nothing more than 1-year deals at a time because he cannot be trusted. He will leave you hanging. That is the message that Kyrie Irving has sent, and the person that needs to accept it is Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and Steph Curry leaving the message, I am the MVP.